up. With that, I'd like to invite Bernard Shaffer to come up and say a few words about his company and his product, Plant Air. So. You can do wherever you want.
Hi, my name is Bernard Shaffer. My company is very small. We have less than 20 people most of the time. We've been in Rosendale 50 years, and I can understand why you haven't heard of us. The name of the company is Yushiko Incorporated, and Yushiko stands for United States Health Equipment Company because when I came here 50 years ago, I was in the health business, and I'm still very interested in health of the country and so on. And but our main business is making plastic parts for other manufacturers. That's not what I'm going to talk to you about. I have 5 sons. 3 of them work with me, and about 8 or 10 years ago, 3 of them were working with me, and at this point I felt I had time to do some things that I haven't done for a long time, and that is make a sauna. I've been in the health field my whole life. I was named after a very famous health person. That's why my name is kind of strange, and my name is Bernard without a D. I was named after Bernard McFadden. I'm sure none of you know him. He was a very famous man. But anyway, about 8 years ago, 3 of my sons became active in my business, and because I had more time, I said to them, let's make the best sauna ever made. And, you know, they give me this blank look, how could we do that? But anyway, that's what we set on to do, and I think we've done it. But I'm not going to talk to you about our sauna, even though I think it's the best one ever produced. My sons do not say that, because they say, Dad, how can you be sure? You don't know the whole world. But I've been making saunas most of my life. So anyway, about saunas, as you know, eliminate many of the toxins in your body. That's one of the things that it does so well. And of course, toxins are poison, and toxins are the things that make many of us sick. So anyway, besides that, I guess it was about 4 or 5 years ago, we were very fortunate to meet Dr. Wolverton. Dr. Wolverton is a very prominent scientist in the United States. He was named Scientist of the Year by the United States. He's in the Hall of Fame of NASA twice. And his function with NASA was to produce fresh air, clean air, for the astronauts in their vehicle. And also planning on the buildings that we're going to build, maybe, on Mars and the Moon and so on. So he's a very prominent man. Anyway, by some sheer luck, and I call it that because when I met him, he said, Bernie, I have an invention, and I'm looking for a manufacturer. And I said, well, what does it do? And he said, it gets rid of toxins. I said, wow, that goes right along with our thinking on the sauna. And so I said, we would be very interested in helping you. And he told us at that time that he had 2 manufacturers over the period of years, and they were very poor, and they were not interested, and so it didn't work for him. But of course, because we were interested in the elimination of toxins, we were very interested, and he sent us a prototype of what he had come up with. But he said, I don't think it's as good as it should be, and I understand that your company is very creative, and I'm wondering if you would be willing to work on this product and make it suitable for the United States market. So of course we were very excited about that. We were very excited about meeting someone of his stature. And so we agreed at no cost to him that we would work on something that would be suitable for the market. And of course, we started to learn about this product. And it's simply a normal houseplant. A normal houseplant with his system of eliminating toxins. And when you think about it, just think about this, honestly. In millions of years that plants have been used by people, millions of years, no one has increased the efficiency of the house plant, a plant, to be 100 to 200 times more efficient to clean the toxins in your air. He did that. And I call him, we joke with it, I call him the greatest inventor ever lived. And I said, you're far more important than Thomas Edison. And he laughs and he says, Bernie, I don't think so. But anyway, just imagine a house plant that you can purchase that is cleaning the air of toxins in your house, your office, your bedroom, or wherever. 100 to 200 times more efficiently than a normal house plant. You know a house plant cleans the air, right? He developed a system that makes it 100 to 200 times more efficient. And of course we worked on it for 2 years to make it suitable for the market. We're very proud of what we did to help his product along. And that is kind of what I'm talking about today. We manufacture this in Rosendale, New York. We're very proud of it. And I'll just tell you of one, I know we're kind of limited to time. We got an order from a man in Alabama. I don't know his name, honestly, because I'm not involved with the sales. My sons do that important stuff. And he had it for, maybe 2 or 3 weeks or a month. We've only been selling these now for 2 months, I think. And after he had it for several weeks, he called in and said, I think it's great because I have a big factory in Alabama making styrene, and the fumes in the factory and the offices is bad. And he said, I cough and nose is running and all of that. He said, anyway, I bought your unit, that little planter, clean my office so I don't do any more of those things like my nose is running and all of the things that happen. And he said, I want to buy 20 from you. I'm going to outfit all the offices in my local factory. He said, but I have other factories. He wanted 20 of these units that we sent him, and he also wants a quote on 200, which we sent him, because he's going to outfit his whole factories wherever they are. That is the kind of thing that our unit can do. Dr. Wolverton, history in NASA proves everything that I'm saying to you. And to me, it's one of the great inventions of the century. And I expect I think it's the beginning of a huge new industry, a plant that can clean your house. And I think that same plant, you can raise and grow your own fruits and vegetables, which will be organically pure, grown in ideal conditions. That is what I think our little company has to offer the whole world. And I think it's going to be a huge, huge industry. Thank you very much.